have something that I'm calling the duplicates rule. Here's what the duplicates rule is, and I think it's especially helpful given the article that we just read about when clutter can be good for you. Here's when clutter can be bad for you, meaning get in the way. Not morally bad, but clutter can get in the way. In fact, by definition, that's what clutter does. I call this the duplicates rule. It's really the easiest of all the decluttering rules that we have. By the way, when we talk about rules, they're never rules. They're always boundaries that you can adjust for your own taste. But here's how the duplicates rule works. Just because you use that fourth skillet doesn't mean you should keep it. Here's what I mean by that. If you have 4 skillets and you use all 4 of them and you want to keep them, great. But if they're taking up space, if you have duplicates that are simply getting in the way, it's also okay to let it go. What do I mean by this? So, just because you use something occasionally doesn't mean that you should hold on to it in perpetuity. There are a few reasons for this. One is by letting go of it, you may actually find someone else who will get more value from that thing, which could be helpful to them. That's not the reason to let go of something, because you could let go of everything at that point. But also, you might recognize that you enjoy cooking more when you don't have 4 skillets and instead you're using just 1 or 2. And you can even do a packing party for a period of time. Okay, I get that I use this skillet and it doesn't fall within my 90-90 rule, the seasonality rule. I've used it within the last 90 days, but let me set it aside for a little bit. See if I can get by without it for a period of 3 weeks, 4 weeks. What happens if I go without? And if you go without and you see a marked improvement in your everyday activities, and it could be a duplicate shirt, it could be kitchenware, spatulas, skillets, whatever it might be, then I think it's a sign that it's worth considering letting go.
Yeah. No, I like what you're pointing out here, because you're not saying this thing about the duplicate skillet just to give people leverage to, or give them an excuse to let go of something. It's really about, is your life better without it? Right. And that's the experiment that you're talking about. And you know what? You may go without that 4th skillet, and after 2 weeks, you're like, oh no, it's kind of a pain in the butt because I like to cook this one dish and I got to get 4 skillets going at once, or whatever it is. That's a clear sign that, okay, maybe you should hold on to that. But yeah, go ahead, Josh.
And that pain in the butt is useful, right? Because it tells you oh yeah, I've added a little friction here. Right. Now, it could be that your life is better with a little bit more friction as well. Because if you don't have any friction, you lose all traction whatsoever. And I learned that when Bex and I moved into the same main house together, we had all of these accoutrements that sort of doubled up. And it's easy to make an excuse. Oh yeah, I can think of a time where I might need this. And then it's not really a just-in-case item because I know that I'll use it occasionally. But that use is so infrequent that these things end up just getting in my way anyway. Yeah. And so I have this accidental clutter in a way. Because yes, it's a little useful to me, but my life is actually a little bit less chaotic without it.
Yeah, I mean, if you go without it and you can still go on living life without having any obstacles because you got rid of that thing, then yeah, it's a clear sign that maybe it's okay to let that thing go.
Yeah, and maybe it'll be better if I do let it go. Yeah, that subtraction is going to bring some peace to my life.
Did you enjoy this standalone Patreon highlight? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalists private podcast available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists or click the link in the description. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.